Hello, my name is Michael Samuel Webb, and in this tutorial, we are going to be installing DHCP on server A. As you can see, I have server A, I have server B, I have my domain controller, and I have a version of my workstation of which is Windows 10. We are working in Microsoft 2016 server data center, and I'm using a VMware as my machine to harness my virtual machines. So okay, let's go ahead and let's get started. So we want to go ahead and we want to go to our which we are already at, our server A. We're going to open up our server manager. Alright, now we have our server manager open. We're going to go up to our roles feature, and we're going to... I've had to completely rebuild my network on these past videos, so just bear with me. I think I have everything all together. At least I have everything all in the same and correct pools, and I have my net cards and everything alright. So we're going to see that our server pool is here, and that's correct. So now as you can see, I've rebuilt everything, so this I'm going to have to add a few more, but just for the sake of this video, we are creating a DHCP server. We're going to add that feature, and I like to do this just in case. Alright, we're going to get started, and as soon as this gets finished, we will get going with the rest. Alright, looks like our DHCP has got going, and we have the configuration installation succeeded on our server A. Alright, so now what we're got to do is we have to set up a scope. We got to set a scope up, and we got to get the name right for our scope so that we can keep everything nice and neat. Alright, nice and neat and tidy. Okay, what we're going to want to do before we get everything all neat and tidy is we're going to want to go ahead and do our configuration and go ahead and set up our DHCP. It's going to bring us into a wizard. Oh, we got a little blink there. Alright. Okay. Alright. So we got that set up. So now let's go ahead and exit out of here, and let's go right on over and start getting our scope. So we want to get our scope set up. We're going to go over into our DHCP manager. Alright, sorry, we want to go into our DHCP manager. We want to click down here. We see that our IPv6 and IPv4 is up. We're going to click onto here and to new scope. It's going to bring us to a new scope wizard. Here we're going to name our wizard. So let's go ahead and we'll just name it scope 1. Okay, and description will be our first. We'll just do it our first DHCP IP scope. go to next, and now we're going to start our IP addressing. And our IP addressing, again, our IP addressing for this lab is install as for server A is going to be, oh sorry, numlock. We're going to have 101.1.100. Okay, looks correct. And 2.1.1.110. Okay, there's our length, subnet mask, and then we're going to go on to next. Alright, we're going to exclude a few. We're going to exclude and we're going to start. So we're going to exclude IP addresses. So we're going to go ahead in here and we're going to say, okay, again, we're going to exclude 10.1.100. Sorry, 1.100 and 10.1.104. Okay, I'm gonna add those. Go on to next. We'll just go ahead and give a lease of yeah, we'll just do 8 hours, and then PHP, do you want to configure this DHCP now? Yes. Okay. To add an IP address to the router used by clients, use an address below. We can create 8. We're just going to leave it next, and it's going to be that, and next, and next, and yes, I'm going to activate it and finish. Alright, there we are. We have created our scope for our server A, our DHCP server A for our IPv4. Alright, so now we have an IPv6, which we have an issue here, but we can, it's easy to go back and fix. It's no problem. But for the sake of the video, we're just going to move on to our next exercise, which is creating a reservation for server B, and we got some addressing that we're going to use and use over there on that server. So we're going to switch on over to our server B. Okay, here we are. I said that we were going to go over to server B and we were going to create some a reservation, but no, actually we're going to do that over here on server A. So we're just going to shut this down here on, and we're going to go back over to our server A. And in this instance that you were to forget or were to do something like that, as you can see, everything's good with our IPv4 and our scoping. Let me move this over so it's a little better to see. Okay, see, it says scope 1. Okay, and say you did forget to do a scope or whatever, or set up a reservation for something. So what you would do is you would come back over here and you would go to your reservations, okay, and you'd go over to there and new reservation, okay, and let's see, we're going to do this reservation A, we're going to call it for server B, server B, and we're going to give it an IP address of 10 1.1.1.100. Alright, that's the IP address, and like I said, it's going to be for server B, and we'll just run these as both just in case. And we're going to add, we have no unique identifier string is not valid, so that means the MAC address. So what we're going to do, okay, so we went ahead and we put that IP address in. There we are. We have it in there for server B as a reservation. Okay, and let's see, configure it, so we did, and that. Alright, so what we've done, we have installed a scope, we have excluded the IP addresses, we've created a reservation for server B using the IP addresses. We showed that server B and workstation A both received it through DHCP and happened to get the right range, and that our VMware DHCP is still giving out addresses. So again, my name is Michael Samuel Webb. In this lab tutorial, we have used a domain controller, server A, server B, alongside with a workstation, and we have exercised using DHCP, installing scopes, excluding IP addresses, creating reservations for the servers, and configuring servers and workstations to use DHCPs correctly, alongside with static addressing. Alright, and again, my name is Michael Samuel Webb. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.